train unable to transfer to the BRT. And those were taken to the MRT. So what we did in the past years, we built these constructions of this round building. The idea is to connect the two. And since then, the two lines is integrated, and the passengers coming from any directions can transfer. And this is one of the oldest part. And on that side is the headquarter of Asean. So the ASEAN Secretariat is on that corner, and the name of the station here is ASEAN Stations. This symbolizes the message about integrations. It's one word, but with that we're able to convert many things. So what we're going to do, we're going to go up to the station there, and then we're going to take the MRT to the northbound to the downtown of Jakarta. Yeah.
Small spots, but they are accepted spots.
Yes, indeed. Yes, that's true. And we were talking about parks. You know what the way we did it? We built parks across Jakarta. 90% of our population able to reach a park within 800 meters of their residence. So 90% of the population is able. And we would like to create an ecosystem for birds, because birds can only fly 500 meters. If we are able to build more parks, the city will again be the home of birds. Because we used to be home of birds, but we need to rebuild more parks. But with that, it's already made a greenery. So let's go up there.
Deras delegates, we may do a little bit crossing here, teman-teman media, mohon diberi jalan. We will now enter the station, the ASEAN MRT station. Now we will tap the card, and then you can enter the station just by tapping the card. Okay, please. Oke, teman-teman media mohon diberi jalan untuk diakses. Mohon diakses untuk delegasi dapat masuk ini. Yeah, it is just as strong as ABC. It is very easy. Okay. You can all tap the card and it will easily transfer you into the station.
Okay, Bapak. Okay, thank you. Alright, welcome everyone.
Ya, Mas tunggu dulu bentar ya.
Begitu ya, kami itu.
Do we have everybody here already? Are all delegates already tapping the cards? Yeah, I think we have everybody.
Bapak dari atas ya, naik ke atas, media monggo. Naik ke atas mas.
So, welcome everyone. This is Csw station. This is the intersection or the integration station between BRT corridor managed by Transjakarta and one MRT line managed by the MRT. So this is the point where all the movement and all the modes are met. We also serve, we serve the corridors, but also we serve that line. So basically from here onwards, you can pretty much go anywhere. You can go to north, south, west, and east from this particular point. So this is not the busiest part of the day, but during the evening, you can see all of the movement, from the MRT, from the two Transjakarta coming from the normally from 6 to 8, this is the busiest time. And also in the morning, from 6 to 8 p.m. also, this is the busiest time as well. So we have a 5-story high. There is an elevated BRT, 25-meter high from this. So 2 BRT lines, one elevated, 25 meters high from the road, and one corridor 1. And the MRT also goes from north to south. So when Governor is assumed the office, the first task that he gave to us was to build this particular station, because this is an important case where before Governor is took place in the office, there is no connection whatsoever. So we have so many movement here, but there's no connection. So then after we built this, so 40,000 people normally go around this, and then normally 25,000 people move around between the MRT and also the Transjakarta. Wi-Fi. There's also Wi-Fi here. We have public facilities, also the prayer room, also in this.
Sambil jalan, Mas, cepet, ayo. Agak jaga jarak aja.
So in this facility, we also have some display. We have the information about what the Transjakarta is. We also have the program on the electric vehicles that you can have a look around. But also here, we also have the program from the health agency, but also from the housing agency that we'd like you to have a look.
Dear friends, we're going to show you here. Jakarta consists of 44 sub-districts, and then there is a lower one. From that is sub-district 267. In all of these sub-districts, they have health center facilities. This is one example. So in total, there are more than 320 health centers. Anyone in our city that needs health services, treatments, they can come to this, and it's all free of charge. And this is the example of one health facility in Kecamatan is sub-district, Kembangan is the name of the area. Ada penjelasan?
Welcome to the group of Kembangan Public Health Center. Perdamaian, Pak Gubernur. My name is Dr. Kita, head of Kembangan Public Health Center.
Okay, the head of this.
Yes.
Alright.
West Jakarta, Indonesia. Let me introduce about our institution. We are one example of urban public health center in Jakarta, responding to health issues at urban area. Our core business is personalized health services and community health services. Focus on promoting and preventing services in health. Pregnant mother, and infant, delivery of care, infant and children, teenagers, adult, elderly, and also deaf survivors. We encourage the participation and collaboration with social workers and urban stakeholders, providing training and building teamwork in order to promote health services. To increase the health quality of the community, providing health services during COVID-19 pandemic. And then,
Let me continue there. So the services that is provided is he was mentioning about health checkup for pregnant women, all the way to preventing and detecting mosquitoes that transmit dengue virus. And that is community health activity and surveillance operation that is done across the city. And it's all coordinated through this office. So there is a medical clinics component, and then there is a public health component within one unit. And by the way, in Jakarta right now, 98% of our residents were covered by health insurance, and the free health insurance is paid by government. It was a jump. 4 years ago, it was only 73%. So a large portion, especially the lowest socioeconomic class of our society, didn't have health insurance. So we cover that, and it made us into that we can claim a universal health coverage for everyone. And this is the place in which maintenance of that health quality is being. Sampai kali. Okay, let's go to the housing now. Let me explain a little bit about this. We are doing urban regenerations. Many of the what we call kampung, traditional neighborhood, they are often what we call slum area, congested, crowded, and not hygiene. So we are doing a reform of that. And this is one example that in one area, the government was doing a land clearing at that time, and the population had to be relocated. It was very controversial policy. This is in the very northern part of Jakarta, one of the oldest part of Jakarta. The first port of Jakarta was actually here. And then we're coming into the office, and we said we're going to do
construction rebuilding of the community. And the process is a very consultative process. Mr. Sarjoko, who is here, is the head of the housing department in our city government. And along the way, we're doing participatory planning process. To be honest, it takes a long time. It truly testing your patience because you have to involve the residents and then social activists, experts, government officials, and mediators. And going through a planning with 5 different stakeholders, it is quite time consuming. But when we come to agreement, everybody is happy. So instead of us making decision, the process itself participatory. So this is a pictures of the process of participation of consultation, and the process is 2 years, 2019 and 2018 and 2019, and then construction started in 2020, and by now all the buildings are ready. So this has become a model in which when we are rebuilding kampung, the consultative process is there, and people are happy. One thing that we would like to gain from the public, especially the poor, trust. They don't trust government. When we enter a place and we said, we're going to rebuild, they said, I'm not sure you're going to complete this. They don't trust you. So the biggest issue that we faced was trust. They did not trust government. We built this in many places now. Now we are gaining trust. So when we said we're going to do it, we're doing it and completing. And I think we're gaining trust nowadays. This is another example. This is the aquarium kampung. This is the one in East Jakarta. This is in West Jakarta. This is also interesting. This was built after the pandemic, and they are designed to have mezzanine that I mentioned earlier. In the past, the ceiling is rather low. After the pandemic, we created this into a higher ceiling. This is another example of neighborhood that used to be like this, not clean. After the reform, this is how it goes. But the process is involving all community leaders there. So Pak Sarjoko is extremely patient, and when it comes to public housing, you're dealing with residents who some have no education at all, some are highly educated, and the demand is very high, very articulated. So we're lucky to have someone like Pak Sarjoko that is able. Oh yes, they deserve a compliment, definitely. And then whenever you have inter-residence conflicts, to mitigate those conflicts, it's not easy at all. It's very complex. So he's extremely patient. God bless him. Terima kasih, Pak. Apalagi sekarang? Langsung. Yo, I think we got it. We're now going up to the MRT line.
Bang, izin bang.
ASEAN Director, Pak Randy and myself, Sylvia Halim, Director for Construction of Di Jakarta. We are so glad and very honored to have you with us today. So today we are here with, in our ASEAN stations, and if you will follow me along, move on to the station. So MRT Jakarta is a is to construct the entire railway system infrastructure, and then upon completion we are tasked as well to operate and maintain it. And then thirdly is to commercialize as well as implementing the transport developments along the corridors and around stations. So here we have some photos of the Jakarta.
It shows Jakarta is the coastal area, and here are the coastal area. And then there's a highland. We are like a ball actually, because exactly. And on the north side we have the Sea of Java, and on the south side we have the islands. So when heavy rains are coming, it is a true challenge in this area. Yes, 13 natural rivers coming in from the highlands all the way here. These pictures were taken when the sky is blue. It doesn't happen very often.
So this is the first MRT line in Indonesia, and this first line is spanning about 16 kilometers, connecting the southern part of Jakarta, namely Lebak Bulus, to the city center of Jakarta, namely Bundaran Hi. So it consists of 13 stations. 7 stations are elevated, such as 16 kilometers here. So these 16 kilometers consist of 13 stations. 7 are elevated, like this one, and then 6 are underground stations. We started the constructions back in October 2013, and we completed and we started our operations in March 2019. Now, since we started operations, the commuters in Jakarta, they can travel from the southern part of Jakarta to the center within 30 minutes, as compared to previously, say they are just using cars, right? Probably going to take an average like 60 minutes, or on a good day, or maybe more. And then we have served about 50.8 million ridership since March 2019 to date. The pricing of the ticket is a distance based currently, and then the furthest distance, so for the furthest distance, 50 kilometers costs 14,000 rupiah. 14,000 rupiah. And so, as I mentioned, we have served 50.8 million ridership. $1 US dollar.
In Spain, they have a philosophy of $1 a day. It doesn't matter where you're going. Madrid, $1 a day. So you have to have 260 euros a day. And another is I might be something like that. $1 a day. I was expecting to have local coffee.
Then we also have some snacks as well here, besides the drinks. We like to also enjoy it. Yes, these are small enterprises. Yeah. Exactly. So usually we will curate them, and after that we will place them at our prominent stations so that they can try with their businesses. And then it's way for like provide some like training, some sessions, to be able to grow, and we also help them with promotion with our social media. So yeah, this is our one of our ways to support the local businesses.
It's always the mother that we can take this way. MashaAllah.
Jakarta, utamakan selalu keselamatan Anda. Gunakan jaga tangan untuk semua saat menuruni maupun menaiki tangga. Berhati-hatilah dan waspada dalam melakukan aktivitas. Selamat beraktivitas dan semoga selalu dalam keadaan sehat. Dalam rangka upaya penanggulangan penyebaran COVID-19, diwajibkan menggunakan masker selama berada di internal MRT Jakarta. Bagi penumpang yang tanpa masker, tidak diperkenankan menggunakan layanan MRT Jakarta. To all passengers, as a result of the service of COVID-19, all passengers are required to wear masks whenever the MRT Jakarta is open. Anyone in the mask
So, for example, like this is a plastic bottle. So this is a, you can just dispense used plastic bottles. They will collect it and then they will do the recycling.